Today, we're talking about one of the most hilarious and unpredictable guys in comedy, Pete Davidson. This dude's been cracking us up on SNL, starring in movies like The King of Staten Island, and yeah, he's dated some of the biggest names in Hollywood. But there's so much more to him than the headlines, from his tough childhood to his current life as a soon-to-be dad. We're gonna cover his full biography, age, family, girlfriend, kids, or lack thereof so far, net worth, lifestyle, and all the ups and downs. As of August 2025, Pete's 31 and still killing it in stand-up and TV, but with a baby on the way, things are getting real. This is gonna be a long one, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's jump into the world of Pete Davidson. Alright, let's start from the beginning with Pete's biography, because his story is like a roller coaster, full of tragedy, triumph, and a whole lot of laughs along the way. Peter Michael Davidson, yeah, Pete's his nickname, was born on November 16, 1993, in Staten Island, New York. Growing up in the NYC boroughs, Pete had a pretty rough start. His dad, Scott Davidson, was a firefighter with the FDNY, and tragically, he died during the 9/11 attacks when Pete was just 7 years old. That loss hit him hard and shaped a lot of his comedy and life. He talks about it openly in his stand-up and movies. Before that, Pete was a normal kid, playing basketball. He was actually pretty good as a teen, and getting into trouble like any Staten Island boy. He went to St. Joseph by the Sea High School, then Tottenville High School, but school wasn't his thing. He dropped out and started pursuing comedy full-time. Pete's first gig was at 16, doing stand-up at a bowling alley in Staten Island with his friends daring him to go on stage. From there, he joined local groups like the Garden City Birds and even had a small role in an episode of MTV's Philosophy in 2013. His big break came in 2014 when he joined Saturday Night Live as a featured player at just 20 years old, one of the youngest cast members ever. SNL made him a star. His Weekend Update segments were gold, roasting everything from politics to his own dating life. He stayed on the show until 2022, appearing in over 160 episodes and creating iconic characters like Chad. During SNL, Pete branched into movies. He co-wrote and starred in the semi-autobiographical The King of Staten Island in 2020, directed by Judd Apatow, which dealt with his dad's death and mental health struggles. Other flicks include Big Time Adolescence, Bodies, 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 and Transformers: Rise of the Beasts in 2023. In 2023, he created and starred in the Peacock series Bupkis, a fictionalized take on his life with cameos from everyone like Joe Pesci and his real mom. Pete's also done voice work in Marmaduke and the Angry Birds movie too, and he's dropped stand-up specials like Alive from New York on Netflix in 2020 and Turbo Fonzarelli in 2024. Comedy's his core, but he's been open about battles with depression, PTSD from his dad's death, and borderline personality disorder. He checked into rehab multiple times, including in 2023 for PTSD treatment. In 2025, at 31, Pete's still touring stand-up, popped up in a few indie films, and is gearing up for fatherhood, which has fans buzzing about how it'll change his wild persona. His career's earned him Emmy noms and a spot on Time's 100 Most Influential list in 2019. Pete's not just funny. He's real, turning pain into punchlines and inspiring folks to talk about mental health. Speaking of his age again, Pete Davidson is 31 years old right now in August 2025, born on November 16, 1993, he'll turn 32 this fall. At 31, he's already lived a lifetime, from SNL fame in his 20s to dealing with high-profile relationships and now stepping into dad mode. He looks the part too, 6 feet 3 inches tall, lanky build, covered in tattoos, over 100, but he's been lasering some off, with that signature messy hair and goofy grin. Age has mellowed him a bit. He's said in interviews that therapy and maturity have helped him handle the spotlight better. Fans love how he's grown from the wild kid on SNL to a more reflective comedian, and at 31, his best work might still be ahead. Now, let's get into Pete's family, because they've been his rock through all the chaos, especially after losing his dad so young. Pete's dad, Scott Matthew Davidson, was a NYC firefighter and basketball coach who died heroically on September 11, 2001, responding to the World Trade Center attacks. Pete was only 7, and it's haunted him ever since. He got FDNY tattooed on his arm in tribute and channels it into his comedy. His mom, Amy Waters Davidson, is a school nurse who's been his biggest supporter. She raised Pete and his sister alone after Scott's death, working hard to keep things stable in Staten Island. Amy's appeared in his projects, like playing his mom in Bupkis and The King of Staten Island. She's got that tough NYC mom vibe and keeps Pete grounded. Has one sibling, younger sister Casey Davidson, who's about 27 now. She's a former college basketball player at Pace University and works as a nurse like their mom. Casey's super private, but Pete shouted her out in specials, joking about their sibling antics. The family dynamic is close-knit. They still live in Staten Island, where Pete bought a $1.2 million condo for his mom in 2020. Grandparents on his dad's side were Jewish, Pete's part Ashkenazi Jewish, and his mom's side is Irish Catholic. He was raised Catholic but identifies as Jewishish, even having a bar mitzvah-themed party for his 26th birthday. No big family feuds, they're supportive, with Amy often defending Pete in the media during his dating scandals. In 2025, with a baby on the way, the family's excited. Amy's gonna be a grandma, and Pete said he wants to give his kid the stable upbringing he partially lost. Okay, the juicy part, Pete Davidson's girlfriend and love life, because this guy's dating history is like a who's who of Hollywood A-listers. As of August 2025, Pete's in a serious relationship with model and actress Elsie Hewitt, and they're expecting their first baby together. They started dating in March 2025, right after his split from Madeline Klein, and things moved fast. Elsie announced the pregnancy in July 2025 with a cute Instagram post showing her bump and Pete's hand on it. Elsie's 29, born in London on March 5, 1996, but moved to LA at 10. She's a stunning model with gigs for Playboy and brands like Guess, plus acting roles in stuff like Teenage Badass and Mostly Ghostly. She's also a foodie with an Insta account for recipes and has spoken out about her endometriosis struggles. Pete and Elsie seem happy. They've been spotted on low-key dates in NYC, and sources say she's very different from anyone he's dated before, more grounded and supportive. Before Elsie, Pete's list is legendary. He dated Carly Aquilino, 2015, Cassie David, 2016 to 2018, Larry David's daughter, got engaged to Ariana Grande in 2018, that whirlwind romance ended after 4 months, Kate Beckinsale, 2019, Margaret Qualley, 2019, Kaya Gerber, 2019 to 2020, Phoebe Dynevor, 2021, Kim Kardashian, 2021 to 2022, post her Kanye split, Emily Ratajkowski, 2022, Chase Sway Wonders, 2022 to 2023, his Bodies co-star, and Madeline Klein, 2023 to 2024, the Outer Banks star. Phew. Pete's joked about his slut era in specials, but with Elsie and a baby coming, it looks like he's settling down. No drama with exes. Ariana even gave him a shout-out in her 2024 album. Speaking of children, Pete Davidson doesn't have any yet, but that's about to change. He's expecting his first baby with girlfriend Elsie Hewitt. The announcement came in July 2025, and from the bump pics, the little one's due sometime in late 2025 or early 2026. Pete's been open about wanting kids. In his 2024 special, he talked about freezing his sperm and dreaming of fatherhood, saying it'd give him purpose. With his mental health history, he's emphasized therapy to be the best dad possible, breaking cycles from his own childhood loss. No kids from previous relationships. Pete's always been careful about that. Fans are hyped. Imagine a mini Pete with his humor and Elsie's looks. The baby's gender isn't public yet, but Pete's already joking about tattooing the kid's name somewhere. Now, let's talk numbers. Pete Davidson's net worth in 2025 is estimated at around $8 million, according to sources like Celebrity Net Worth and recent reports. That's built from his SNL days. He earned about $15,000 per episode, totaling millions over 8 seasons, stand-up tours. His 2024 special raked in big Netflix bucks. Movies. The King of Staten Island grossed $2 mil for him in writing/acting fees, and endorsements like Manscaped and Smartwater ads. Bupkis on Peacock added a cool $500,000 per episode as creator/star. Investments aren't flashy. He owns a $1.3 million Staten Island home, bought in 2020, and that condo for his mom, but no massive real estate empire. Pete spent on tattoos, over $1 mil in ink and removals, and rehab, but he's smart with money now, thanks to his mom's influence. At $8 mil, it's solid for a 31-year-old comedian, not Kardashian rich, but enough for a comfy life and baby prep. And that brings us to Pete's lifestyle, which is a mix of NYC grit, Hollywood glam, and Staten Island realness. Think luxury with a side of therapy sessions. Pete lives in a $1.3 million waterfront condo in Staten Island, modern, 4,500 square feet, with views of the harbor, a home theater, and space for his massive sneaker collection. He's a Jordan fanatic. He used to have a $30 mil Brooklyn penthouse but sold it in 2023. Daily routine: up late, he's a night owl, coffee runs, therapy or AA meetings. He's soberish, dealing with past weed and coke issues, writing jokes, and hitting the gym. He's bulked up post-rehab. Food's simple: pizza from Staten Spots, vegan stuff for health, but he loves Taco Bell cheats. Cars? Pete's got a Mercedes G-Wagon, $150,000, for NYC drives, and a classic Ferrari 488, $300,000, for fun. He crashed a Mercedes in 2023 but bounced back. Travels low-key: Hawaii vacations, European trips with girlfriends, but nothing extravagant. Fashion's his thing: streetwear from Supreme and Off-White, but he rocks suits for events. Pete's covered in tattoos, over 100, including tributes to Ariana, Covered Up, and his dad, but he's removing some for acting roles. Hobbies: video games, big Call of Duty fan, watching Knicks games, and hanging with pals like Machine Gun Kelly or John Mulaney. Mental health is key: he lives with Crohn's disease, BPD, and PTSD, so wellness retreats and meds are routine. In 2025, with the baby coming, his lifestyle's shifting: more home time, less partying, focusing on stand-up tours that gross $1 mil plus per run. Pete gives back too, donates to 9/11 charities and mental health orgs. Overall, it's that relatable rich guy vibe: yachts sometimes, therapy always. Phew, that's the full scoop on Pete Davidson. From 31-year-old comedy king with an $8 million net worth to his family roots with mom Amy and sister Casey, his wild dating history leading to girlfriend Elsie Hewitt and their first baby on the way. No kids yet, but soon. His bio's a testament to turning pain into purpose, and his lifestyle keeps it real. What do you think? Will fatherhood change Pete's comedy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like if you learned something new, and share with your friends. If you want more celeb bios like Ariana Grande or Kim K, let me know. Thanks for watching, peace out, and catch you next time.